Alright, my typewritten response was not very good. Too long, some didn't read. So, if you're interested, this is what I've noticed, and I'm not reinventing the wheel. I think it's been written, but it seems like most people talk about a widthwise differential. What I'm showing you here in my little crude depiction is the Wookiee. This is the sort of hammock laid flat. This is how it would look if you laid it flat. With no differential in the lengthwise. This would be looking at it from the side. And if you hung it, if you don't have the differential, you will get this. You know, it'll have puffier at the ends, and as you go toward the center of the bend, it will compress. It won't have that space needed to loft. That will give you the CBS, cold butt syndrome. So the solution, I think, is the lengthwise differential cut. So you have the same length here, from here, it's the same length, and you sort of loosely factor in extra fabric. So you have this extra fabric, you know, it might be, in my case, 6 or 7 inches, it might be 10 inches, I'm not sure how much yet. But you have this extra fabric that when it lays flat, it looks all bunched up. As a matter of fact, I have the Wookiee, so when you look at it laid down, it's like you can see all these little wrinkles lengthwise. It almost looks like it's been bent, and that's from all that. That's from that extra fabric. And so you have to make that extra, all that extra length fit into the same length here. So there's some things about the build that is a consequence of that that's a little bit challenging. But anyway, once you're done and you hang it, the result is that extra material will have room to kind of expand and then form your usual, what you would want is a continuous loft along the length. And this same basic principle applies to the width. You have, except I don't want to write here, but if we were looking at the same idea, this could be looking down from head to foot end at the width of the quilt, and it's the exact same principle. And you have a bend in your width of the hammock. You know, like this way if you're looking down from head to foot. But if we're pretending this is like my head here and my feet here, and you're looking at it from side, you know, your head here and your feet here in the picture, and this is lengthwise, you have a similar bend in this way. And both of those bends will eat into your extra fabric that you need to create loft. And so I did the widthwise differential cut per the Catsplat calculator, and then I did not do the lengthwise extra fabric. And it's very clear on the Wookiee that he does both, because he has pleats on both, and that's not anything new. I think they do a dual differential cut on all the big manufacturers. So hopefully that helps stimulate some discussion. My issues are more logistic. I mean, I know how to do the width-wide differential is a lot easier in my case. It's no big deal. The lengthwise is kind of tricky because inside, when you have these baffles, you know, you have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. You have those baffle material, and except I'm sorry, it's not this way. They're actually run this way, but I just messed that up. But anyway, the baffles run this full length, this way actually, and the baffle has to both fit this dimension, which is, let's say, 75 inches, and this dimension might be, you know, this might be 90 inches long of fabric, or 85 inches, I'm not sure, or whatever the differential is. And then that has to fit both onto the same baffle. So it's kind of weird. You'll have to do some pleats or some finagling there to make it fit both. The way I see it is you'll have to do pleats on the short side, a series of them, and you won't need pleats on the top. You'll cut the long, it'll fit even. And then you'll have to do pleats around the perimeter of the whole final build when you sew it up. You'll have extra fabric on the perimeter all the way around, and you'll have to put those pleats down to make it all fit within the output size. Well, hopefully that helps. And my hope is just that somebody would say, yeah, I've been there, this is what you need to do, recognize these pitfalls. Maybe not that many people have done this, I don't know. I suspect they do, I don't know. So, helps appreciated. Bye-bye.